At the center of three major headlines across the country tonight, the CDC revealing more than 5,000 Americans have caught COVID-19 even after being vaccinated. This comes as the nation's top doctors work to determine if the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is linked to a rare but potentially deadly type of blood clot. Healthcare experts worried this latest news will drive people away from the vaccine and leave the country vulnerable to another surge.
ABC15's Cameron Pullum has been closely following the developments in the rollout of this COVID vaccine, and tonight he's giving us an in-depth look at what you need to know to make an informed decision.
The nation stunned this week after the CDC and FDA paused the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine after 6 women all experienced a rare but severe blood clot in their brain within 2 weeks of receiving their shots. On Thursday, a new study from Oxford found every vaccine now available has had incidents of this rare blood clotting, seeing it in about 5 in every million people.
If you look at some studies that look at this specific kind of clot, the background rate, the rate of this kind of clot happening in people who have not had the vaccine is almost the same.
Dr. Andrew Carroll says that's significant because these blood clots may not have been caused by the vaccine, but naturally occurred, found only due to the fact that we're monitoring more than 70 million people who've gotten the vaccine. Furthermore, researchers found you're far more likely to experience this rare blood clotting if you catch the virus.
In COVID-19 patients in the hospital, many of them, and as many as 20 to 30% of people who are hospitalized with COVID have clots. I've seen it a lot. It ends up being one of those things that can actually kill the patient very quickly.
While the vaccine has overwhelmingly prevented hundreds of thousands, if not millions, from getting the virus, data recently released from the CDC shows around 5,600 people have contracted COVID-19 despite receiving the vaccine.
Nobody should be thinking that there's a 0% chance of being infected, which, by the way, is part of the reason we're still saying to distance and to mask up.
Of those 5,600, 398 ended up hospitalized, 79 passed away. According to AZDHS, 298 Arizonans have contracted the virus after vaccination. None have died. Emergency room Dr. Mortaza Akhtar says those tiny numbers further prove the vaccine's protection.
Almost exclusively, the ones who are sick enough to be admitted are the ones who aren't vaccinated. So we've even anecdotally clearly seen a difference in that the people we're admitting now almost always are the ones who haven't been vaccinated.
I'm Cameron Pullum, ABC 15, Arizona.
So researchers are continuing to look for connections between the clots and the virus. Officials are expected to give an update on the future of Johnson & Johnson's vaccine as early as next week. And we want to emphasize this is so very rare for someone to experience a serious side effect from any of the COVID vaccines. According to the CDC, of the 6.8 million people to already get the Johnson vaccine, 6 of them developed those blood clots. During the Pfizer clinical trials, 0.6% of people who participated had a serious side effect requiring hospitalization. The Moderna clinical trials saw a rate of about 1%. The vast majority of people who experience muscle soreness, fatigue, or a fever.
Here are